Automation equals freedom. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to this very special after party of Project 1 Million, day number two. And we just had an amazing day number two. It was so amazing. I just was so excited and over the moon and just impressed with all of our beautiful participants. And I'm just really excited because I was just like looking at the live videos. I was just like, so good, so nice, so exciting. And I think I've said the word exciting already 5 million times, but it just goes to show that I'm really proud of our amazing participants. They are there changing their lives actively, and I couldn't be more proud. But that also is the perfect entrance to our topic today. And I don't know what my camera is doing. Where we go? There we go. And excuse my busy hair because we just had a 3.5 hour session. And I just really want to say that what we're going to talk about right now was a huge eye opener to me when I learned it. And it made the biggest difference in my life, in the lives of so many of the people that we have been able to help and bless. And I want to say thank you so much for the comments that are coming in. I see Amin on here. I see Livs. Hello, Livs. And yeah, just super nice for you guys to be here. Also, if you're part of Project 1 Million in 1 year, do comment below and say P1M. If you are also new to the channel, please do comment below. Sorry, do not comment below. You can comment below, but please make sure to like, to subscribe, and to become part of our beautiful YouTube community where we're making daily videos and daily content to help people as much as possible to go and create freedom for themselves. But today's topic I'm very excited for. I've got actually prepared a couple of slides as well. I've got my piece of paper to go and explain it to all of you guys. So let's hit the intro and then get ready for some absolute awesomeness. Hello and welcome once more, beautiful people. Thank you so much. How long will this session be? Well, I'm going to aim for it to be like 20 minutes roughly, but I might go until at least 30 minutes. But I want to explain a very simple concept, and I don't think I need to have a lot of time for that. But I also want to say, for those of you that are watching this video, you're not part of Project 1 Million, and you're like, oh my goodness, I want to be part of that, then you can join us on our next event, which is going to happen in a couple of weeks. Project 1 million in 1 year.com. So I'm going to put this link in the comments so that our beautiful people can become part of that as well. Whenever you come across this video, join us on the next one, because we're running these events really and truly to go and help a lot of people. But without any further ado, I want everybody watching this either live or watching this on the replay to comment below and say automation equals freedom. And that's a very important thing. And I'm going to dive straight in without any further ado. And I wanted to ask you guys a question. Imagine if there were two of you. How much more would you be able to get done? How many more things would you be able to address, actually pick up? How many more people would you be able to help? Now, that's where I want to start our journey, because a lot of the time we are, as people, maybe not necessarily realizing, number one, that we can actually help a lot of people, which is a very important thing that you're learning at Project 1 Million in 1 year. But then secondly, a lot of people that have come to this event this time around are really ambitious, and they're really like, okay, I want to actually make 1 million in 1 year. And what we have to understand is that if we were always trading time for money, it would basically not allow us to scale properly. So we want to understand that if we want to go to the biggest heights, I want to set up a multi-million-dollar business empire, and you are only trading your time for money, then there's only so much that you can do. At some point, you're not going to have enough time. Hello, guys. Yes, double the current output if you are two of you. But what if you were to be able to create three of you? Or what if you were to be able, let me just ask you guys this way. What if you were able to form a team? If you could work with an incredible team of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy that is being exuded by that team, and what if this team was to work with you in exactly the way that you want it, work 24/7, and do this with a smile on their face always, without sleeping, without complaining, without anything of the things that we don't like? Now, that's basically a little bit of a funny type of question, but that's actually what automation is. Automation is like your 24/7 marketing and sales team that's going to be there to support you in all of the things that you want to do and allow you to actually reach out to so many more people and have that automatically being done, having the helping of individuals being done on autopilot. And I don't necessarily like that whole scenario of like this team and blah 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 as much, because we actually have the most incredible team and they are the best and most beautiful people in the world, and I love them to bits. And no funnel can come close to their amazing magnificence. But it's again the same thing. Our amazing team, we can only do so much. We all have a life. We all want to do things. We all need rest. We all need sleep. But this automation thing that I'm going to break down for you guys right now is actually something that supports my team and I on a day to day basis, 24/7, making an impact. And so, what I want everybody to start writing down and putting down as an important aha and learning moment for yourself is this. For us, automation isn't just automating a process. For us, automation, and specifically what I'm going to talk about, is this system where it comes to funnels and where it comes to automated emails and traffic generation, all of these things that I'm going to just go into in just a moment. Actually, what we like to call it is an energetic replica of yourself. And that's why I was saying at the beginning, what would happen if you had another you? How much more work can you get done? How many more people could you impact? And so the beauty of it, and this is the way how we go about the process of automation with our students or with our agency clients when we build funnels for our incredible clients' businesses, is that we want to see, okay, who are you? So I have Amin on here. Hello, the amazing Amin. And Amin obviously has an incredible energy and he does things in a particular way and he helps people in a particular way. That is obviously, whenever you are doing something with another person, a team member, the energy might be different because it's a different person and there's different energy, and that's good as well, because not everything wants to be exactly in the same way. But imagine that you could have a system that captures that energy, that captures that incredible empowerment in the way that Amin does this, and then put it out there and have it empower people 24/7 for the rest of your life, and truly making that impact. And that's again the type of automation that I want to talk about. And so when I learned this already 9 years ago, it really blew my mind, because I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so good. And I basically started to think about, okay, how can you make this simple, easy? Because that's what we want. We want to make life easy for our clients. We don't want people to reinvent the wheel. So when we train our students in this, in our FLC programs and in our scholarships and all of those different things, we simplify the process really, really easily. So I want everybody on this video today also to simplify it with me. So I want you to write down, you need 3 important elements to be able to build an automation. And I want to say this as well. One very solid automation is better than having 10 crap automations. And this is a very important thing, because sometimes people are enthusiastic, as was I when I first learned this stuff, and you start building funnel after funnel after funnel, only to figure out that none of them are actually converting, none of them are impacting people, and none of them are actually saving you time. They're costing you time because you're constantly trying to work out why they're not working, right? So one strong system is much better than 10 systems that are not doing anything. So focus on getting one first. That's very, very important. Keep things simple always. And so in our world, we basically say you have 3 different things that you need in this automation system. And so the way how we always like to depict this is that we pick 3 different color pens. So we have a blue, we have a red, and we have our green. And I'm going to use the green because it's traditionally how we do it. The green one is going to be for the first block that we need. So I'm just going to draw 3 different blocks. So we have our green block over here. Then we're going to grab our red and we're going to make another block just beside that. And then we're going to do another block which is going to be a blue block. And that one is going to be really exciting because this one, you guys are probably going to fall off your chair. I'm going to discuss the blue block last, but you guys are going to really love that one. I can tell you that already with certainty because that's the one that I love the most as well. And that allows you to really, truly scale. So look at the 3 blocks. We need 3 different things. Now, the first thing that we need, we like to call it a converter. So everybody comment below and say converter. That's number 1, converter. So I'm going to write it down over here. I'm going to show you guys over here. Yeah, converter is the first thing that you need. And what is a converter? A converter is something that converts. It allows your audience to convert to become your lead. Then it allows your leads to convert and become your client. So these are the 2 stages of conversion that you can have. You can either have someone that has never been part of your database, never been part of what you do, and then become a lead. And then second step can become a client. So that's number 1. Number 2 is you need a conversator. So I'm going to write that down too. Conversator. And this sounds a bit weird. I don't know if I write with an O or with an E. Conversator. Can't remember. But here we go. So conversator, that's the second one. And you can probably already guess what that is. That's something that allows for there to be conversation with your audience. Yeah, very simple. And then last but not least, we need a traffic generator. So I'm just going to simplify that by saying TG, traffic generator. Yeah, so that's the final one. That's the one that I like the most, and it's really going to, make a difference in your life. So what is a converter? So I'm just going to draw it real quick so that you guys can too draw this with me. And again, the people that are part of Project 1 Million, you have seen me do this today on the episode. So you'll probably understand exactly what this is and what this does. And I'm just going to explain it also for the people at home that perhaps weren't part of Project 1 Million and haven't yet seen what all of this magic is. But I'm going to describe it in a lot of different extra detail. So here we go. A converter is basically a 2-step process where someone first and foremost lands on a page, which is called a landing page. And then after they've taken action all by themselves, then they land on a congratulations page. Traditionally, people used to call that second page a thank you page. But there's actually a reason why we don't follow that trend and we don't actually do that, is because it's very important that you allow people that take the journey with you to be celebrated in that journey with you. And so rather than someone taking action, getting Amin's book, for instance, and then go to page number 2, rather than saying, thank you for getting my book, like congratulate the person, like congratulations for getting the book. It's really, really good. It's going to come to your email, blah, 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 blah. So we also take that energy and the way how we like to empower people into the name giving that we use as well. So the first one, landing page leading to a congratulations page. Yes. Now then, once that obviously happens, as the people that were part of Project 1 Million have seen, then people go from that system automatically to the conversator. And this one I may not have drawn as beautiful, so I'm just going to explain it right now. So the moment that someone lands here, so say for instance we have the amazing Dania over here. So Dania clicks on a link, she lands on a landing page, and on there, and I want everybody to write this down, the highest converting landing pages, they offer something for free, and those are called lead magnets. They are free value first. So you offer something, and we're going to talk a lot about this on day number 5 for those of you that are part of Project 1 Million. And we're going to really think about the psychology of them and why they're so powerful and all the rest of it. So actually, no, not day number 5. We're going to talk about tomorrow or day number 5 or maybe all of the days. I can't remember, but we're going to talk about it for sure. No, on day number 5, I think. But anyways, the lead magnet, so that it's a very easy action that a person can take. So for instance, I can offer a free ebook. So what do I then ask of the people that land here? I'm going to ask for them to fill out their email, their name, their phone number, and their country, because we've been speaking with all of our beautiful participants about building a global business. And when you're building a global business, you will want to know what's the country where this person is from. Because for instance, if at some point you want to call them up and you want to do business with them, you're going to need to know what is the country code to put in. So just from practical purposes, it's important to know what is the country where the person is basically at. Now, when the person then takes that step, so we have Dania, She has her landing page over here. We have Amin, who lands on that page. He then sees that ebook. He's like, oh my goodness, that's awesome. I want to get that ebook. I'm going to put in my name, my email address, my phone number, and my country. And then boom, magically, he's going to go to the congratulations page where Dania then has a beautiful video or a photo that says, congratulations for grabbing the book. Go to your email. We've already sent it. Make sure to check the spam because sometimes it goes into the spam. And I cannot wait for you to benefit from all of this goodness. Let me know how you like the book, blah, 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 something like that. And so automatically, as that step is done, there has been a process that Dania has taken before where she integrates, very difficult word, but she basically connects, which is called integration, the converter with the conversator. So in the technology is very simple. We use ClickFunnels for this and we use ActiveCampaign for this. You simply connect the two softwares such that every single time that a person then fills out their details and they go from one page to another, automatically their data goes into the DB, which stands for database. So the database then creates a contact. So that's depicted by this little figure over here. And automatically an email is sent then to this person. So the way how that is constructed from a more like systematic point of view is that every single funnel, so this, by the way, a different name for it is called funnel. So a converter also is called a funnel where you have different landing pages that are then there as part of that funnel. So you can have a 2-page funnel, you can have a 3-page funnel. Some of you are doing the homework right now, so you'll see that that's also a multiple page funnel. And what happens is that for every funnel, there is a purpose that you have behind it. So for instance, Dania making this particular funnel, she has, let's say, an ebook funnel, right? And what she then wants to do is she wants to kind of tag over here. So she puts a little tag, a little label of what is the purpose of this particular funnel. So she would put a tag in here, and that tag would say ebook. Yeah. So what that means, and you actually don't do this on this level, you actually do that in the conversator level, but just for the sake of it, I wanted to make that happen. Like you would have to make this tag inside of the database software, and then you have to click it over here, basically, just to make it good. But the idea is that when Amin is taking action on this page, we want to make sure that we send him the right email automatically. Like imagine that Dania, as she's building this out, she has 2 types of automations in her database, in her conversator. And in there, one email automation is for everybody that gets the free book, and another automation is for everyone that becomes her client. So for her clients, she has an email that says, welcome to the community. I'm so excited to work with you. Here's a link to the course. Here's a link to our community group. Here's a link for all of our Zoom calls and whatever, whatever, whatever. Now imagine that she was to mistag these different funnels. Then it would be so weird because then Amin is downloading the free ebook and then he also all of a sudden gets a tag or an email with the wrong thing, and it says welcome to the community, and he's like, huh, what happened? And Danny, I was like, oh my goodness, someone just got it for free and he hasn't even paid for it. So that's very important why those labeling or tagging is there, so that you make sure that whatever the purpose is of this particular funnel, that it will then send out the right automation. So this automation will therefore be triggered by that tag. So over here, we're going to put the same tag. The moment that a contact comes in with the particular tag that says ebook, that is then the moment that that email with the ebook is going out. Now, does this make sense so far? This is a very simple example, but it basically just shows like how this process would work. And I want you guys also to understand the opposite of it. So imagine, and I actually did this example during our session today. We say like, hey, imagine that I am thinking of launching a book and I go live on Instagram and say, hey guys, I'm thinking of launching a book. And if you want this book, comment below and say book, or send me a DM with the word book, and then I'll send it to you. Now, if that's the case, and in the beginning, by the way, you guys will hear that I'm going to say this to you guys on the event, that at the beginning, everybody starts there. Everybody should start implementing the stuff organically. Like some of our clients wants to hit the ground running and have automation in place straight away. Yeah, you can do that and it will work as well. But you will want to make sure that you do it right. And therefore, what we always say is like start organically first, not have the automation in place, first work the system, close at least your first 10, 20,000, something like that, and then you add automation to it. But should it be so that you have a very clear idea, okay, this is what I want to do, I know how to execute, I know how to put the systematics in, then a lot of our clients actually do have automation from the get-go too. Doesn't mean that they won't do things organically as well, but I just want you to understand is that like automation without knowing how to actually have the way to get clients and close deals, then that's not going to do you any good. But having the ability to close deals and then adding automation to it is going to allow you to scale, if that makes sense. So let me know in the comments and say yes if that makes sense. But okay, that being said, the alternative was that then I say, hey, comment below the word book. And every single time that happens, I have to check it manually. I have to manually need to ask. So if I say, okay, Livs commented and said book, then I have to go and message Livs. Then I said, hey, Livs, thank you so much for commenting on my post. Very excited to send you the book. Please let me know what is your email, what is your phone number, what is your this, what is your that. Then I have to manually enter those details to a database or a spreadsheet if I don't have a database yet. And then I have to manually send an email, say, hi, Livs, thank you so much for downloading my book. Here you go. Here's the link, blah, 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 blah. And then that's my actual work. That's the time, offering my time for the abundance or selling my time for the money. And so when I have to do that for 10 people, it's very doable because I can add some things manually. Like sometimes I do those things. I still do them because they work, right? I manually go and do certain things. But how much easier would it be if I just say, hey guys, let me go live in exactly the same way. Say, hey guys, I have this book. If you want to get it, you can download it free of charge. Here's the link. Click on the link and see you on the other side. And then every single time someone wants it, they just click and they enter their details, and automatically, I don't have to send any email. I don't have to wait for anything. All I had to do is make that one video or make that one post, give this beautiful thing away, and then the automation takes care of the rest. Now, how many of you can actually imagine that that would be pretty awesome? That would really allow you to truly reach a lot more people, truly save a lot more time. Because whereas in the organic example, I could maybe do it for 10, 20, 50, 100, maybe even a few hundreds. I can manually do all that stuff. But at some point, it's going to be way too much for me to be able to handle. But here's another thing, and this is a very important one that I want to step into with you guys before we're going to go to the final element, which is the TG, the traffic generator. And that is this. How many of you watching this would like to get really awesome, strong, incredible clients? You want to find the right people for you, like the top ideal customer avatar. You want them to come knocking on your door, and you want them to be the person that you have the conversation with, and them to be the person that you then close the deal with, and them to be the person that you then start working with, and it's enjoyable, it's awesome, they need you, and you're happy to work with them. How many of you would like to attract more of your ideal clients? Obviously, everyone, right? And so, why I love this whole automation thing so much is because your automation also acts as a filter. So, I want everybody to write this down. Automation acts like a filter. And a lot of people don't realize this, but it's actually that first page that is the biggest filter, number one. Because on this first page, you're going to put a headline, and we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. And that headline is basically going to be so specific that, well, not too specific in perhaps the way that you think, but nonetheless, it's going to be specific that the right ideal customer avatar will be like, oh my goodness, this is speaking to me. This is so awesome. And the wrong kind of person that you wouldn't necessarily know how to help, they would be repelled by it. They will be like, no, this is not my thing. And that's good because not everybody's for you. And if you could have something like that in place where the right types of people are raising their hand and taking that steps automatically, and the wrong types of people, not that the people are wrong, but they're not the ideal client for you, they will not go through. That's good. That's going to save you so much time. Like imagine in the organic approach, you're speaking to a lot of people and you're figuring out that maybe not everybody is the right fit for you. Now, little side note, most people that I speak to say that prematurely. Most people that I speak to say too early, hey, yeah, I speak to a lot of people and they're not the right people for me. What actually is the case most of the time is that they have no very good clue how to actually effectively communicate to those people, which doesn't empower them enough to say yes, or it doesn't empower them enough to actually get a beautiful solution on the table that people are happy to give their money to you, to then work with you. So most of the time, it's not a lead problem. Most of the time, it's a sales problem that people experience. They just don't know how to effectively communicate. They don't know how to sell. They don't know how to allow a person to feel so empowered that they say, yes, I want to work with you. Let's go. So most of the time, it's a me problem, not a you problem. Does it make sense? But that aside, if you do know how to communicate and if you learn those skills, which again, I'm so happy that our amazing participants of Practical Million will get into on the next 3 days, and our amazing FL students, FLC students, we do this with them for life to super detailed degree. That therefore that part will be handled. And then on top of that, if you have this filtering system that allows you to really prioritize the attention in a good way, then it will also save you a lot of time. Because what we usually say to our amazing clients is that, hey, in essence, most of our clients, they could help a lot of people. They could pretty much help like hundreds of thousands or millions of people on this planet. But it doesn't mean that everyone that they speak to will be ready to take that step. So wouldn't it be nice if you are to be able to, at least for your first 100,000 that you're generating, you're able to focus specifically on a particular type of client? And I'm going to give what do you call it? The three characteristics of that client. So I want everybody to write this down. I haven't shared this yet during the event, so I have to share this maybe one of the next 3 days. But here are three specific characteristics that you want to be looking for, especially in the beginning of the journey. Because if you don't do this, you're going to come across so many different challenges sometimes in your business that at some point you're not making enough money. So you might want to help the entire world. You want to help everybody that doesn't have the capacity to pay you. But then at some point, you're not being able to sustain that because you're not able to pay the bills and you have to go and get a job and then you don't have enough time. And then all of a sudden, where you want to help everybody, turns out that you can help nobody. So again, wouldn't it be nice if then in the first 100,000 that you're making, you're first focusing on those clients that qualify for three things. Number one, they need you. So they need whatever it is that you offer. Number two, they have the spending power to pay you. And number three, they have the urgency to get a solution now. So the first qualifier, they need you, it basically holds for every client because you won't be able to help a client if they don't actually need your help, right? You could still help them maybe, but it's quite an important one. They want or need you basically. But having the spending power is going to make your life easier because then you can do the deal. You can go and say, hey, client's going to pay me in full, or they're going to pay me in 2 payments or in 3 payments, which is going to be good for your cash flow. And number three, urgency. Because sometimes you come across people, yes, they can pay you, but they don't have any urgency. So, you know what, let's do it in January. That sort of type of stuff. So urgency is important too, that they actually have an intrinsic reason themselves why they need a solution right now. So those are three very important things. Make sure to write them down. Now, a funnel can help you with that. So that automation process can allow for that to happen. So on step number one, you have filter number one. On step number two, you can ask additional questions. You can qualify, as some people say, or you can understand by means of certain questions even more whether they are qualifying on those three different things and whether they are serious, whether they are willing to go and do it. Now, again, a side note, because sometimes when I share these things, some people are like, okay, but do I then only speak to the best types of people or do I speak to them all? Well, in the beginning, you're going to speak to everybody. And for us, we actually speak to everybody still. And we get a ton of people that come to us every single day that want to have our help. But we also really believe that we currently are at a stage where we have made our millions, where we can actually dedicate the time to help as many people as we possibly can. And we really believe that it's important to respect every single person. And Grant Cardone says a very beautiful thing. He says, respect everyone as if they're about to spend $1 million with you. Doesn't matter if it's a person on the street or if it's someone wearing Gucci and Prada. It's important that you respect everyone because the respect that you give allows for that to come back, allows for the abundance to come back. But again, these are two principles that I want you to understand rightfully side by side. because we're in a position to be able to help everybody. And then the extra information that the funnel allows us to have then puts us in a position to better serve the person, to easier, with more efficiency, get to the core of how we can help them, how we can allow them to be empowered to say, hey, yes, I can do this too, and this is what I can do next, and blah, blah, blah. But for your sake, most of the people that are watching this may not be in a position right now where you can afford to take 5 million days before finally you make your first sale. So for you guys, then the efficiency is going to be important. And you might say, hey, you know what? I'm going to first speak to the person that seems the most ready, that seems like they want a solution now, because then you would be capable to get that deal closed. Yes, you got to win. And then you focus on person number 2 or person number 3 or person number 4. Does that make sense? If you do, if it makes sense, then comment a yes into the chat box. Now, that being said, then it brings me to my final one, which I love so much. And I know as well our team, Seb, Pierre, Rajesh, they love this very much as well. And this is traffic generation. Because the truth of the matter is that you can have the best system in the world, absolutely flawless, beautiful page 1, beautiful page 2, incredible emails. But if nobody actually lands on the darn thing, it's not going to do anybody any good. It's not going to do you any good for your business, your growth, but it's not going to help anybody either. So it's very important that you have traffic, that you can find people that you then go and bring to this first step, bring to the funnel. And so there's 2 types of traffic. Traffic type number 1 is organic. So anyone can do that. Anyone that has a phone, they can go to a variety of different social media apps where there's a ton of people on there. You can make beautiful content, beautiful little videos, photos, tips, this, that, the other. By the way, those of you that are part of the event, you're going to learn on day number 4 and day number 5 how to do this effectively, very fast, very simple. So you can do that and then put a link there and say, hey, by the way, click on the link and I'll see you on the other side. That's organic. If you do it organically, it really works. It's really powerful, but it's also a bit less filtered. Now, some of you may be saying, like, okay, that doesn't matter because there's a filter already in here. Perfect. But what if you were able to target the right kind of client from the get-go? You are able to say, okay, I want to work with women that are actively looking for fitness solutions. They are eager to solve this right now because they are in a high paid position. They're also looking after their family, and they are actually really, really wanting to stay good and healthy and fit so that they can maintain this beautiful balance in their life, for instance. And I want to work specifically with women that speak Spanish, for instance, because you speak Spanish and your program is in Spanish. Now, what do you want to do? It would be super awesome if there was a tool that would allow you to put your advertisement or your offer exactly in front of those women. And guess what? There is such a tool. For instance, Facebook ads or Meta ads. I don't know if they call it Meta ads now or Facebook ads, but basically Meta platform. You can run ads on there. And those ads usually, especially when we train our students how to do it, we recommend do only $5 per day. Don't be like 1,000. It doesn't even work like that. But you just put an ad out there, £5 a day, $5 a day. And then that ad can go in front of exactly the type of audience that you would want, which is pretty cool. And the funny thing, back in the day when the ads platform, like maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, ads were required to be much more specific because we had to do a bit of the legwork. We had to, specify who is our ideal target avatar. And we had to do some of that work. We had to do the research. We had to figure out, like, who can we target? These days, you are better served if your targeting is more broad, which from a business perspective, as an entrepreneur running the ads, is actually making your life easier. You don't have to be as specific because Facebook is smarter than us in a sense, from an ads perspective. Facebook has got all this data, or Meta has all this data on you, me, and everyone, more data than you think they have. And they allow that to be cross-checked with their AI operations and whatnot going on in the back, their big data stuff, algorithms. And so if we say we kind of look for something like this and something like that, and we put our ad copy in there, we put our image, we put our link, then Facebook is actually a lot smarter than we can be in finding the right audience for that, which is pretty cool. It means that I have to do less work and I get better results because I can rely on a platform that actually will do some of the work for me. And that's what we're talking about here, traffic generation that is paid. So the first form is organic, the second form is paid. And so what does that leave you? Now, the ultimate holy grail is that you have a phenomenal funnel in place that is super, super awesome. Ideally, I would recommend it to be a lead generating funnel because those usually get the highest conversions for the lowest cost per lead and the best overall ROAS, which is the return basically. And that you put a lot of money behind it and you select all the right people and they come back in and you make the most beautiful friends from the back end in the system, in your delivery, and you close the most incredible deals. And it's just like friendships, customer relationships for life that are going to benefit the client so much. They're going to benefit you so much. And you really meet the most beautiful people as such. That's the holy grail. And I personally love that so, so, so much. But not at the beginning can most people do that. And you don't want to. So I just want to make that very clear. I want you guys to get an idea of what is the holy grail and understand what you're working towards. But at the beginning, you, me, and everyone had to start with organic traffic only. Start at the beginning. Get to process, get to make the process. And once the process is in place and you close a couple of deals left, right, and center, then you say, okay, I've closed 10,000. Part of it goes towards me paying my bills. Part of it goes towards some other stuff. And part of it, I'm going to reinvest back into my business. So I can set aside maybe at least $500 per month to spend on Facebook ads, where I'm going to run ads for only £5 or $5 per day. And I'm going to see how they pick up. What do they do? And the moment that I see, hey, it has generated me a lead, I get in contact with that lead, I deliver, I over-deliver, and I close a deal, and I put $5 out, or let's make it worse, right? Let's say $100 I put out, and then I close 1,000. How many of you would carry on doing that? If you put 100 out, you have to start by putting money out, but then you close at the back end 1,000. Who would continue that? That's basically a 10x in return. Everybody would continue that. Everybody would carry on with that process. And that is what this whole thing of automation can do for you, and how automation can literally add to your life. And if you then draw in all those components that we're going to continue talking about on day number 3, 4, and 5 of Project 1 Million, Project 1 Million in 1 year, or for those of you watching this and are not part of it, join us on our next event in a couple of weeks, then you're going to basically see how you too are definitely able to scale to 7 figures and beyond, as long as you are willing to do the work, as long as you are willing to have the mind to do it, that you're not taking yourself out of the game, that you're really putting yourself out there. And like we finished on today, whenever you see an opportunity that you are aligned with and it passes the risk versus reward assessment, you must grab it. So that's where I want to leave you guys with. I hope that this session was beneficial. It was a little bit longer than I thought. I always do that, always over deliver. But hey, what can you do? I just want to make sure that you guys get this stuff and that it benefits you. But if this gave you an aha moment, drop an aha in the chat box. Also, I really would love to know what your biggest aha moment is as well. So feel free to drop that below as well. And as usual, because we're on YouTube, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the bell, because we are here dedicated to you guys with our Freedom Lifestyle movement to make content, videos, posts, whatnot, to really empower people and to allow people to truly, once and for all, create freedom for themselves. So I'm so excited to have you guys as part of this. For those of you who are part of Project 1 Million, see you guys tomorrow on a powerful day. Don't forget to do your no lippy lippy, no trimmy trimmy. Holding you accountable. When you say you're going to do it, do it. Success, love, speed. And for those of you that are not part of Project 1 Million, join us for the next one, because I can't wait to have you there. So guys, love you guys lots, and see you guys later.